Hello there. What's your name?
Ken Pallone.
Ken, and did you see the congressman?
I didn't see him, but I was able to leave some information for him to look at.
Okay, and why did you come to see him today?
Well, I'm a member of the National Active and Retired Federal Employees, and we have a very large organization nationally, and we have a local chapter in West Long Branch, which covers most of Monmouth County. And we have a number of legislative issues that we've been pushing for years and years. And the congressman in general supports our legislation, but it only gets into the House Ways and Means Committee and never gets out for a floor vote. So we're concerned about how do we get it out for a vote, at least, that it gets an up and down vote. And the other point is that there's been a lot of attacks in the newspaper stuff that federal employees have these fantastic benefits, make more than anybody else, and which is, I don't think, generally true, even though it was appeared in the press, and I think the general public thinks that we probably get more than we deserve. But in reality, I know all the time, many years I worked, which is at Fort Monmouth, our pay was always less than the comparable pay in industry. So I don't know how they have come up with these conclusions. So that's the information we wanted to give to him, and hopefully he keeps supporting and maybe finds a way to get.
So he's been supportive of your cause for a while?
Yes, yeah. He always co-sponsors our legislation, so we don't have any beef with that.
But he can never get it out of committee.
Exactly, and I think it's always held by the chairman. First it was the Republican chairman. We thought, okay, once the Democrats got in, that'll go. Same thing happened. So.
Sounds like you're getting the runaround.
Exactly, yeah. No matter who's in there, Republicans or Democrats, the answer's always the same: no vote.
Okay. What do you think about Fort Monmouth moving to Aberdeen?
I think it's a monumental mistake that they made, and even though I think everybody realizes it might have been a mistake, Congress or the people who are in charge and in power just refuse to back off and change something that should not be happening. I think it's going to be a big loss. When I was working at Fort Monmouth, I belonged to a group that was very highly rated. We were researching electronics, and our whole outfit was moved down to Adelphi, Maryland, and hardly anybody made the move. So they lost a tremendous amount of expertise. At that time, people could move to other parts of the fort within CCOM and so on. Now that the fort's totally moving, these people are either out of a job or they're forced to move to Aberdeen, and they're going to lose a lot of the higher level people who can retire and going to lose a lot of background expertise, and I think it's going to hurt.
What did you think of Congressman Pallone's efforts to keep the fort here?
I think he did a reasonable job. I put more blame on our senators. I think Pallone and Holt made an effort, but I didn't see much of our two senators didn't do anything, and I don't think the governor was helping either. So overall, I think Pallone did okay in that regard, but he was not successful either. So,
you think you're going to vote for him this year?
I don't believe so. Personally, there are a lot of other issues that I have a difference with him. As far as the NARF, retired federal employee part, I support him. But all the other issues, pretty much, unfortunately, I oppose.
Do you want to talk about that?
Well, I don't know, but I think in general, most of Obama's policies, which are creating a much larger bureaucracy and government, I oppose big government. I think we've, maybe the first stimulus package was a necessity to save a lot of industry and jobs and so on. But from what I've read, there's still a lot that hasn't even been spent. And now they came up with another package of money to supposedly save teachers' salaries, and they still got this other pot of money sitting there doing nothing, it seems like. So why didn't they just use that? Why borrow more money? We didn't have the money, and I think this was the Republican argument. We're for, getting teachers jobs, but use the money you already have set aside. Why get more, which we don't have, and borrow additional money, which is coming from countries like China, which is always, I think, a problem. And I think we're going to run into trouble with our huge debt.
Good. Well, thank you for talking to More Monmouth Musings.
Thank you. Okay.